This is kind of crazy. Like, I started in like 2020, and
Yeah.
then back then, like, there weren't that many, I guess, like online creators, and,
Yeah.
like especially players who have like a strong online presence on YouTube. So like your videos, like Jordan Brown's had another channel.
Yeah.
But, like your videos, I remember the lob retrieval. We were getting lobbed so much back then, and
So
now it's
you're
like,
okay, I gotta
the
get
lob
out.
retrieval is perfect. Like if
That's
it's going
funny.
behind the person directly, like if it's behind that person,
Yeah.
other person goes behind, gets them. There's like that. Your forehand ground stroke video.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's super cool to sit by you and be able to converse with you for someone who's like contribute a lot to the sport.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. It's not one of my questions here, but something I've been always curious about is like you've created like a program, if you will, like down in Florida where like Crack Catherine came up with you, and then like Federico. I don't know if I'm sure there's other pros who have also like come up by like
Yeah.
training with you. How did that begin, and like what was kind of your thought behind that?
Pretty much, honestly, a lot of things just happened organically. There was no, plan with any of it. I've just been somebody that always liked drilling, and so I think that people that want to get better and want to improve tend to gravitate towards me, yeah, I mean, I feel like I've always been that person that people like to drill with, and so, and of course now the less I'm playing, the more it has become part of my everyday life, and I really enjoy what I do.
Yeah, that's sweet. When you say drilling, what does practice kind of look like?
A lot of drilling, a lot of repetition. So if there's something in particular that, let's say if you were training with me, if there was something that you needed to work on, we would do lots of it. Like not just 5 minutes. It would be throughout different ways. We would develop that skill. That like we would work on technique and work on tweaking the footwork and doing little things until you got like the full comprehension of the stroke, and then drill and drill and drill, and then go back to it some more. So it's kind of like really mastering a skill. And that's usually takes time, and it's not just one time and it's done. So, yeah.
So when you're saying drilling, you mean like more like repetition, and then
Yes.
them.
And sometimes it requires different ways to achieve that. So it's not just a cookie cutter. Everybody learns also differently. So everybody also grasps a concept differently. So there's sometimes you take a right turn and then it doesn't go well. So then you have to kind of like, let's go to the left and see what happens, and then find a happy medium where you get down to the direction we want to go.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Final destination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Damn, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Partners, another thing that partners have been interesting, that when, I think in like the past few years, like Dylan at one point was playing with you.
Yeah.
And then now I think like Riley Bonnert, she's playing with you. In like
I played one event with her.
Oh,
I've played, honestly, in the past couple years, especially because, I got hurt, and as I'm aging, my body is not the same as I used to be, and so just finding ways that I can still enjoy myself, be competitive. Of course, I want to win, but ultimately, I want to make sure that I'm still developing and helping develop other players. So I've played with many different players, and I still enjoy competing. I want to compete, and I want to compete for winning tournaments.
Yeah.
There is no kind of plan to any of this. It's just kind of like somebody I enjoy playing with, and that I'm going to have fun, because otherwise it's not worth doing it for me anymore.
Yeah. So like fun is a priority for you when you're choosing.
Yeah, I mean, of course, no. Winning is always going to be a priority.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be where it's like just something that I get to, like, that I go do. It's something that I really like. Okay, I'm going to travel. I'm giving up time with my family. I'm sacrificing other things, so that's something that I want to make sure that in the process it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
So does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. You're a wrestler.
Jiu-jitsu, so you probably know a little bit
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
From Brazilian background. Yeah.
The years.
Yep.
Give it away. I was like, I remember those years.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
The Gracie
Oh,
family?
actually, no.
There you go. I don't know them. I've seen, actually, on the airport, I've seen one of them.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Yeah, I mean.
It's like the one of the brothers.
Oh, yeah. God, what a huge family. But yeah, they've done so much for jiu-jitsu and
Yeah.
probably Brazil.
Oh, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Like you've had like such a crazy career. I mean, you've probably like won and like received championships and earned championships in probably everything maybe except MLP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
Like you've partnered up and you've helped, like you just said, like you've helped develop a lot of like younger players and just players and like helping them come up and been a like integral part of their journey. You have like your online coaching,
Yeah.
online like tutorials. I'm sure you do like lessons and clinics down where you're at too. Like, and you still keep playing. What are you looking for at this point in your career?
I think the next step for me will be to take a, I still competing. I still want to win, whatever it is that I'm playing. There's no goal as far as like, oh, I want to win this in particular. No, whatever I compete in, I want to win. There's no doubt about that. But I kind of like also as going forward is development of the younger generation, in which I'm really excited about. That is kind of my future for at least for the time being. I'm enjoying that a lot, and it gets me also to be closer to home, spend more time with my family, which can't replace that. So,
Yeah.
and I've done so much traveling and I've played so much that I think that now this time in my life, I kind of feel good about where I am.
What do you think like you're doing differently as far as like your approach to coaching? Because obviously like what you're doing is effective. If you look at the people who've like come up through training with you, is there something that you think you do like a little bit differently?
I don't know. I honestly don't. I think I just, like I said, I think I honestly have a lot of experience in a higher level tennis and higher level just competition. But I've always been somebody who studies anything that I do. I've spent a lot of time studying film. I've done all of that, and I love technique. I've always have loved technique in any sport you can think of. But of course, racket sports has been my main priority. So I'm also somebody that, I don't know, I'm very passionate about things that I do, so that's kind of, I care.
Yeah, no, that's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
You can definitely see that it shows, I mean, in your performance in your career, but also like the clinics and everything, and you're probably like very well known down in the community down in Florida. I guess like one last question, when you're talking about it, you're talking about like how, I mean, everyone's getting older every day, but like you're not getting younger, but you've had like a long, extensive, successful career. And then you're talking about how you're kind of adapting to your age. What do you think like you've changed as far as like something that people can take away from it? 'Cause
Yeah, I think honestly, like a few years ago, I was playing too much. I was playing too many tournaments, traveling on the road a lot, and that takes a toll. It's like the body kind of. It's tough. It's really tough, and so then I got hurt. I got injured, and I had took a long time to kind of get back into it. So I learned my lesson, and now still, no, I don't have the formula, but I know that I'm going to continue to do less, just being smarter. So
yeah.
yeah.
Makes
So
sense.
like you can't honestly the more you do, the more you realize, okay, I have to be smarter with my time versus just putting in that time for no reason.
Yeah,
So,
kind of like just like saying no.
Yeah.
Like telling yourself, yeah,
Yes.
one less practice session.
Yes, that's not gonna kill me. Yeah, it's not gonna kill me.
Yeah, that's cool.
Quite the opposite. Yeah.
Do you have any last things to say about your paddle?
Well, I'll tell you that people ask all the time, like, why the difference? What's the difference? And I think when I switched to JOOLA, the first paddle that I had, it felt like I had power, but it wasn't as much power. It was like had a ton of control. The first one, first Hyperion, and then the second one, the C2, had a ton of power. And like the control, I felt like, ooh, I'm struggling with it. Oh. And now this one, I feel like this has got a good, very good like mixture of both. That's like, if you can have, power and control, that's just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's right up my alley. Yeah,
that's it.
Sure.
That's it.
Do you have anything else you want to say before anything I didn't ask you about?
No, I'm good. Yeah.
No, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And good luck to you.